Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Dayton, Ohio, it's time for Dayton Business Radio. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Dayton Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. Today I have with me Moses Mbeseha, and he is with the Conscious Connect. Welcome, Moses.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you for having me. I'm excited to be here for this call.
Sure. For those who don't know, please share a little bit about the Conscious Connect. How are you serving folks?
Yeah, the Conscious Connect is a community organization that has a mission to provide quality opportunities in education, culture, health, and peace to the greater Miami Valley. And what we do is we focus primarily on educational opportunities around books, around culturally relevant books. And then on the health piece, we've built some parks, some green spaces within the region. And we really focus on providing children who don't have opportunities to culturally relevant books and play opportunities. That's really what we focus on around the greater Miami Valley.
Now, how did you come to kind of support these efforts around children's rights? Why did that become important to you?
It was important to me because, I grew up around literacy. It was a big thing in my life. And once my business partner, Carlos, came to me and we were talking about, education and those type of things. And, the thought of the book desert, the term book desert became part of our vernacular. And we did some research and learned about it and found out that, kids within impoverished neighborhoods or in poor communities don't have access to high quality culture relevant literature. So from that perspective, understanding that education and literacy, third grade reading guarantee, those are all critical things to determining if a child is going to be successful in the future. So, just from that perspective, I just wanted to build something along with my business partner that we felt could have a long lasting effect on the community. And, with the book deserts, really working towards providing children that access became, our calling card.
Now, maybe you can share some advice to other people who want to take on a cause this vast. How did you kind of narrow down what you were going to be able to deliver and then focus in on that kind of like a laser beam to really work on that kind of as a priority rather than just getting bogged down by this seems like a really challenging problem and you can try to solve lots of it, but you said let's focus on the literacy side and let's try to kind of solve that.
Right. There was just a lot of information, and we went to the community. We did a lot of canvassing. We spoke to probably over 100, 200, up to 200 business leaders, community leaders, politicians, just to get a general consensus on what we're trying to accomplish. And from there, understanding that our community, or communities for that matter, they have a lot of resources. We kind of looked at it from a resource-based perspective, from an asset-based, understanding that there are already things within a community that might be impoverished that are strong assets that we could utilize. So from that perspective, rather than saying, oh, we don't have this in our community or we don't have that in our community, we said, well, we have 70 barbershops and beauty salons that we could tap into. We have all these different community centers that we could tap into. So we went to them, spoke to them about what we were trying to accomplish, asked them exactly what it is that they wanted to see. And after those listening tours, we were able to then, really bog down on what exactly we wanted to accomplish based on feedback from the community.
So how did you know you were in the right direction? What kind of clues did the community give you that said, hey, you know what, this thing's got legs. I think that we have a chance to really make an impact.
Yeah. I mean, at that time it was, there was a lot of talk around third grade reading guarantee, just kids who can now read proficiently by the third grade are very likely to, there are different indicators for where their life will go after that. So I think just the overall community understands that, everywhere you go, people understand fundamentally what education means. And I think when we were offering to provide free resources to meet that need. So, I think that the community just kind of rallied around that and they were very receptive, and they were the ones that even told us where to put the books and how many they might need. So, the feedback we got from the community was very positive. We rarely ever got people telling us no, or people telling us this won't work. Everywhere we went, it was, oh my God, thank you guys for coming. Anything you can do to help us, please bring it here. So from that perspective, that's how we knew we were on the right track, because we were getting general consensus from pretty much everywhere we went.
Now, have you been able to get investment by some of the businesses in the area where they're actually supporting the organization?
Yeah, we receive a lot of support from the regional area, from some of the larger foundations, some businesses with their foundations have also given us money. So yeah, we've received most of our funding, I would say, has come from local, just regular everyday people, and a lot of it is also not financial. We've received a lot of in-kind resources, a lot of sweat equity, which has gone into advancing the mission just the same. So we've gotten a lot of just general investment from the overall community. Absolutely.
And has the pandemic affected any of your work?
A little bit, but I think that the pandemic is, as it is with everybody else, is really forcing us to be more efficient. It's really forcing us to think outside the box for how we can really meet the needs of our community that we're trying to serve. With the global pandemic, things like this happening, it exacerbates the problem even more. It presents our organization in a position where, we're needed much more than what we even believed before. So the pandemic has changed us for the better, because it has forced us to create programming that is even more targeted to meet the needs of the community.
So now, what do you need more of right now from the community? Do you need more books? Do you need more money? Do you need more kind of kids that raise their hand and say, hey, I'd like to read better? What do you need?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, we're kind of in a big fundraising campaign throughout this year to develop, so we're really in the process of really building out a park in Springfield. So we're doing a huge fundraising campaign. We're probably going to need anywhere between $50,000 to $70,000 to complete that project. So yeah, we need a lot of that. We're really asking for parents, who have children who may not be able to read well, or community organizations where they have a lot of children that are coming in there. Absolutely, we need those people to reach out to us, because we're trying to better efficiently meet their needs. So kids who need books, we're doing programs now where we're sending books directly to families and to children, to their parents, based off of themes that they actually like. So we're trying to meet that need now. So any way that people can do that, whether that's giving us kids who can do that, or leading us towards resources where we can raise a staggering amount of money.
Now, can you share a story about how this organization has made an impact on one of those kids, like maybe somebody who hadn't been reading well and all of a sudden now they're a voracious reader?
Yeah, absolutely. We have we run a program. We run a mentorship program where we work with kids, about twice a month, and we help them with their reading and things like that. So there's about 20 kids in that group, and I would say at least a third of them, well, we made the group very diversified, where there were kids who were, better readers, some kids who were low on the reading scale. So I would say the kids who are low on the reading scale have had significant improvement in how they can read, and just also a better cultural understanding of who they are and of what they're reading. Absolutely.
And then when you were doing this kind of work and you see the kids' face when all of a sudden now they have this whole world of books and reading in front of them, that must be so rewarding.
Oh man, I think that's the most fulfilling part, especially now that we're sending books directly to parents and to kids, to their homes. We're getting feedback from parents like, my son is gonna love this, or my daughter's already read this book. These 5 books you sent to us, they've already read it 5 times over. So when we get those messages, which we get them every week, just that general excitement, I think that's what makes it worth it. Understanding that we know, even if it's one kid, that if it's reaching them and it changes their worldview, then that's really all that matters.
So now, how do you see the organization growing? What's next for you guys?
Yeah, when we started, we really just wanted to end book deserts in the state of Ohio. By 2021, that was kind of our mission. But as we've grown, as we've provided all those resources, we started to find out, like as I mentioned earlier, health is a major problem, food is a major problem, peace is a major problem. So our organization our mission has grown. So over the next 3 to 5 years, we're really focused on, the whole of the community in developing what we call children's equity zones, where, we're able to provide resources that meet their needs unequivocally. So that's what's next for us, is that we continue to be strong advocates, and we continue to partner with organizations around the community that can meet health needs, that can meet safety needs, that can meet as much as and also continue to meet education needs. So that's where we are now. We're expanding, we're growing, and we hope that over the next 3 to 5 years we can meet the needs of many more people in the community in a more efficient way as well.
Well, tell us about that Declaration of Children's Rights. What are the kind of the tenets of that?
Yeah, the Declaration of Children's Rights, we wanted to, as we're looking at our mission, education, culture, health, and peace. We looked at other organizations, whether that was the United Nations and their declarations of children's rights. And as I mentioned earlier, we were talking about equity zones. Under those 4 tenets, education, culture, health, and peace, we didn't want to develop programming around those and then have our community, be advocates around each of those in however way they see fit. So, the Declaration of Children's Rights is just a way for us to put all of those under one umbrella, and then give people the opportunity, or give regular community members the opportunity to say, I pledge to support the community in health by, picking up trash at the park. I pledge to help the community in education by hosting a free little library in front of my house, or being responsible for restocking a library, within my neighborhood with books that we provide. So, the Declaration of Children's Rights essentially is activating the community to take action in a way that they best see fit within those 4 tenets that we've created under our mission.
So if somebody wanted to learn more and get involved with the organization, what's the website?
Yeah, our website is www.theconsciousconnect.org. So people can reach us out there. We have social media, 4 different social media platforms, so people can reach us there as well. But yeah, these are things that we promote on our website, and as well on our social media, so people have the capacity to reach out to us to learn more. And we also have a pledge page on our website where they can sign up, they can take the pledge, and then let us know what it is that they're interested in advocating for. And then we'll reach out to them and try to provide them the resources and the direction for them to start doing that.
Well, Moses, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're doing important work in the community.
Thank you so much, Lee. I really appreciate you for having me.
And once again, if people want to learn more, to donate, to volunteer, all that good stuff is on their website, theconsciousconnect.org. Thank you again, Moses.
Thank you so much, Lee.
All right, this is Lee Cantor. We will see you all again next time on Dayton Business Radio.